What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm back with another video, and today it's starting to get real. They really starting to apply pressure. Had another red day. They made me roll some positions, shook me out some positions. We're gonna talk about it all. So first thing happened with Palantir. They've been closing more deals. I'm gonna do a video about that in another video. But Alex Karp sold on us again, man. Alex Karp, I think, sold like $100 million worth of stocks, and who could blame him? The stock 60. He got to get rich too. I can't blame him. Apparently, he's the richest black person living. He don't look black to me, but it is what it is. So Palantir failed today, and it's funny because Palantir failed to 59.20, and as of the time of this recording, apparently we're back up to 61.24 after hours. So we're extremely volatile. But let me tell y'all what I did today. So those calls I had, the ones that were down, then I showed them to you up yesterday, and I told you they was up as much as 80% yesterday. I had to go and take an L on them, man. It was ugly. It was ugly. They knocked me down. It wasn't much. It wasn't but like 17, 18%, probably $20, $40. But I feel like the easy money part of the Trump rally might be over. So I didn't want to have like necessarily a bunch of calls that close dated. Like I was really bucking. Like I had them calls like, what, December 20th or something. So I made some power moves today. What I did was I sold those calls, took the little 20% loss, and I actually added to my SoFi position. Because SoFi, I can get this $28 call all the way to June of next year versus, 2 weeks on Palantir? 3 weeks on Palantir for the same amount of money. So I did that. They also shook me out of my Rocket Lab runner today. So you remember we turned that, I think it was $40 and like $400. I made 1,000% on that. Bought another Rocket Lab call for $120. But I guess I probably rolled it too high. That'd be my one mistake as a trader. I always roll things too high because I don't like to be out of the stock when it's going. But they knocked me down 50%. So I took that loss. Bought another SoFi call. So long story short, we turned 40 into 400. Hopped back down with 120. They knocked it down to a 60. We got that on the call. I think I spent 40 something on the call and bought like $10 worth of Tesla. As y'all can see, we got $30 worth of Tesla. You always buy shares with your profits. And they lastly but not least shook me out my IonQ call today too, man. I think they had me down like 40-50% on that one, but it was the same situation. All those calls, even this GEO call is still here. I made like 120% plus on all those calls and tried to hop back in with runners, but it seems like the rally's slowing up. So I had to, take that regroup type of situation. Like, I had pushed the date up just in case the rally really kept going like that, because if the rally really kept going like that, I would have got seriously paid off those calls. But you got to take risks in this game. So we still got the GEO call. I actually thought that would get spanked by now, but who knows? We might go for a second round on that one. I made like 130% or 150%, something like that the first time. And the second round, I thought they was going to get me and I was going to have to roll that one out too, but we might survive on that one. We'll see what happens. Advanced Auto Parts, they actually reported earnings today, missed earnings, but said they're going to close 100-something stores, hundreds of stores, and the stock went up. So, that's a turnaround story. That's the riskiest play in here. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're looking at that one, I would advise y'all to be very careful with that one, because that's the one that could go to zero for real. So, as far as the rest of my Palantir calls, I left one of my calls this January 17th. I'm down 21% on that. If we have a really bad red day again, they knock that down to 50%. I'm going to probably have to roll that one. And just to take risks, just for fun, I went and got a $70 call for 2 weeks from now. That's a real gamble. Don't do that with a lot of money unless you got a lot of money to lose, because that can go to zero for real. As y'all see, it's already down 14%. I did that just for the hell of it. Just because if Palantir get to 70, other calls will be up so much. But my other calls, they got them like, 574% for the one I've been holding the longest. I was up as much as 650%. I'm only up 5% because I added to one of those when I took those profits the other day. And this other one's only up 16%. So now you guys are starting to see why I had to take so many profits a few days ago. because they come with situations like this where they shake you around. It could go back up, it could not go back up, but it's all about risk management. People say you could lose all your money in the stock market, but I'm gonna try and show y'all here live how to avoid that with proper risk management. Like most of the calls I rolled today, I didn't roll because I'm scared the stock necessarily gonna crash. I rolled because I only had so much time on them, and so now I have 4 SoFi calls down here. And those don't expire till June 2025. And hopefully we could make some money on those. And we'll see what happens with that. But that's about it for the option side of things. So let's look at a few charts. We know what's going on with Palantir. They're consolidating. But we got NVIDIA earnings coming up next week. And NVIDIA is the kind of stock that moves the whole market. So let's see where they're at. They're also in a similar position as Palantir. They're near their highs in consolidating, but they've been consolidating a little longer because they didn't benefit from the Trump rally. So the way I see it up here, we're holding this level. It's looking pretty good. If we fall down to like, what, 141-ish, 142-ish, we got like 2 fair value gaps. That could be a good dip for earnings if you guys think NVIDIA is going to beat. But it's definitely going to be hard because after last earnings, we learned our lesson. They triple beat guidance, but they said that NVIDIA didn't beat guidance by as much as last time in the stock tank. Like, I've been doing stocks for years, and I don't think I'd never even seen that before. That was some new shit for even me. But we're going to see what happens with NVIDIA earnings. Let's see. We had Palantir's up 3.6% after hours. Man, after I get off this camera, I'm going to have to go look that up because that got to be news related for them to be doing something like that. It's got to be news related. We had Apple up today. Thank God for my Apple call. I'm going to show you guys the Apple call one day, man. And we got the QQQ. Let's look at this QQQ real quick. Ooh. Hey, any of you swing traders? If you see what I see, this could be a decent dip. This is a decent dip right here. We have fallen into a fair value gap. It's the first fair value gap after a big wave. This one down here would be sweeter at this 20,600, 2022 area. But where we at right now, at this 20,984 area, is sweet. Like, it could really bounce here. If it doesn't bounce here, you could fall down to the second gap. But if I wasn't so tied up and I wanted to do a swing trade, I would take that serious. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually go up tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. I guess last stock we'll look at is good old-fashioned Palantir, since they want to go up 3.6% after hours. So we closed here at the bottom of this fair value gap. Looks like I got a decent entry on that call I bought today because I was buying calls today. Hopefully I got close to that bottom. No, I know I didn't get that bottom. But yeah, we came to the top of this little fair value gap here, and looking like tomorrow they want to open up all the way up here. So that'll be good for that little call I showed y'all that was just down 15%. I'm going to check out the news on that. But as far as sentiment, macro, what's going on right now, the small cap rally continues, the Trump trade continues, the AI trade continues. It's a lot of worry in the air right now because stocks are so high. Nobody wants to lose their gains. If you bought NVIDIA cheap, you're up a lot of money. You bought Palantir cheap, you're up a lot of money. At this point, it's getting to the point where if you bought any of these small caps, you're up a lot of money. So no one wants to give back their gains. But a lot of these companies, the company's performance themselves doesn't warrant necessarily selling. Like Palantir, for example, they're overvalued as far as the PE, as far as the stock price, but they're executing. The AIP boot camps are working. People are signing up hand over fist. They just had that crazy rule of 40 score. And then, so what's going to happen next earnings? It's like, why would I sell now from an execution standpoint of view? Plus, I was listening to like a lot of the other shows, like especially like the black influencers who talk about stocks, and a lot of Democratic leaning, I would say, influencers aren't going to say this, but since I'm not Democratic or Republican, I'm just a real stock trader. This Trump rally is starting to have like a lot of effects on the market, and that's got a lot of reason why we're starting to ride up like this. They're really starting to price a lot of this in, because what they're saying is if Trump does his tax policies, that wouldn't damn near change the fundamentals of half the stocks, like PE ratios. A lot of the metrics will have to change, because if all the companies are going to pay less in taxes, all the companies will save more, which means all the companies will probably beat guidance on earnings. Not all literally, but a lot of companies are going to outperform if taxes get lowered, because whatever money we thought they were going to get, they're going to be getting even more money because tax is going to be lower. Plus other policies like the border thing. He got this crazy guy up there every day talking about they gotta go. So that's gonna affect certain stocks. That's why I'm still holding the GEO call, even though it's kind of overvalued. It's not the worst, but we just riding this sentiment, this AI wave. We still gotta check out this AI build out. We still gotta look at this nuclear energy play. Oklo, I think they got earnings tonight. That's one of the nuclear energy stocks. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to go back to giving you guys some research videos and these YOLO updates. You know what I'm saying? Give you guys more type of content. But that's going to be enough for this video. It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all soon.